So there comes times where I'm on threads and sometimes I think people just push a little too far. You know, like they kind of like get outraged way too quickly. And I think like, yeah, what this person said, did it come out wrong? Probably. But maybe just ignore this person instead of like giving them attention and like really nasty attention. Like I think there's a way of like having nuanced conversations without attacking somebody, you know? And I saw this and I saw like another one too where I was like, seriously, why are we doing this? You know, like I'm trying to think of like what I want to name this. Like basically it's kind of like what I think is it's as like infighting, you know, infighting within the community, you know. I just think like there's ways so that you can go and have nuanced conversations where you don't have to go and argue with this person, you know. And also like people have different tastes, you know. Just because they're like, I don't like this, and they say something that they don't like, it doesn't mean you should go and attack them, you know. I just think there's ways that you can have nuanced conversations without getting into a friggin' argument, you know. So this one here, the lady had said, can we stop male love interest calling the female main character good girl? I'm not a fucking dog. Honestly, I kind of agree. I really don't care for the term good girl. It's gotten so overused lately. I get so tired of it, where the guy's calling the girl good girl. And it's like, I don't know. I think I like different terms, you know, like, I don't know. Like, there's different ways, like, you can go and, like, give affection, like, from, you know, from a male perspective to give to the female. I think there's a way of, like, doing that without constantly saying the same thing. Good girl, good girl, good girl. It gets annoying. I'll just say that. It gets annoying. Like, I've even said that on my Instagram, and I'm like, my freaking God, if I'm here, if I go and read one more romance where the guy's saying good girl, or whatever it is, I'm gonna fucking lose my shit. And I've just been seeing it more and more lately, where I'm just like, you know? I get so tired of it. So, I mean, I understand where this woman's coming from, and I just didn't understand why she had gotten so much hate on it. I just was like, come on, you know? So this one person's like, or you could simply pick up book that don't have praise kink in them. There's something for everyone out there. No need to read stuff you don't like. And so the woman comes back with, yes, because every book says on the cover that it has a praise kink in it. I agree with her. I will say it, like, I agree with her. You know, every book you pick up, you're not going to know it's got praise kink in it. Not everybody lets you know that it has praise kink, you know? And that's the thing, like, can we go, like, if you like praise kink, that's fine, but can we go and say other terms besides good girl? Can we open up the hero's vocabulary and say something else, you know? Anything else, you know? It's, come on, you know? To me, I'm just like, did we really have to go this hard, you know? So this one person's like, I'm pretty sure you can research a lot of books nowadays, and it's like, again, not everything you research, it doesn't mean it's gonna tell you like good girls in the term, you know, in the book. So another person's like, if the female main character is a velociraptor, then he can call her a clever girl. Jurassic Park, you know, funny. She goes, I'd actually prefer that. Do something different and stop reading from the same boring script. So this person decided to do like jokes on you GIF, and I'm GIF or whatever it is, and I'm just like, do we really need to do that? And so this person's like, sometimes it just feels so artificial and forced. Yeah, I could agree with that. And so the person had come back with, it came back with a response and said that I feel like it's overdone and doesn't always fit the character saying it. I could agree with her. I could totally agree with her on this. Yeah, sometimes I think it's overdone, like I said, And sometimes I just feel like it's not what the character would say in the bedroom, you know? Like when I go and like look at this character and I'm like, would I picture this character saying good girl? You know, would I picture this person saying this? Because sometimes it's like, really? We really needed to like have this person say that? I don't know. I just, like, you can't see the character saying that. And all of a sudden it seems like out of like character, you know? And so this chick is like, bark because I guess I am one for liking it. Jokes aside, praise kink is super common, but some variety in terms would be nice. You mean variety? Another person's like, I will happily be called fire-breathing bitch queen before I ever enjoy someone calling me good girl. Like I said, for me, I almost think it's very demeaning, you know, like it's like this infantilization, you know, and I've used that term like plenty of times. I'm sure people were like, stop saying that word, but it is. I think of it as an infantilization. I don't like, you know, like calling me girl, you know, like I'm not a girl, I'm a woman, you know, like saying good girl. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just not really a big fan of it. And so this person's like, if any man did that to me, I'd bite their face off. But sometimes that's what my female main character wants. It just depends on their character. There you go. And one person's like, both my female main characters would hate that. I hate it too, but I'm not fictional, so. Another person's like, call me good girl all day. My millennial praise kink enjoys it. So this person's like, woof woof, it's okay to not like something, but you don't need to tell authors what to write. A lot of readers enjoy it, myself included. And I'm like, she's just saying that she doesn't like it, you know? So another person's like, stop yucking other people, super yum. And I'm just like, you didn't need to go this hard. You didn't need to go and like say all this stuff to this person. She's just stating that she gets tired of the term. Same with me. I get tired of the term too. Another one's like, don't yuck someone else's yum. Don't like it, DNF, or push through it. A lot of us like being called good girl. You're allowed to not like it, but to call for it to stop is just not it. There are plenty of romances where that doesn't happen. One person's like, my dear sister, you are bad. You are bad take after bad take. Because, like, tell me you don't understand kink culture without telling me. But not everybody wants to read kink culture. Not everybody knows it's in the book based on the marketing of the book until you delve into it, you know? Tell me you demonize and demonish women for enjoying something you don't. How is she demonizing? She's just stating she doesn't like it. And you're saying that she's demonizing and demonishes women. What the fuck? I beg you, maybe a journal or a group chat for these takes. Also, with you not capitalizing people's identities. Woof. Again, was this necessary? Well, aren't you fun? Another one's like, you can pry good girl, good boy from my cold, dead hands. And it's like, yeah, well, I'm probably not going to read you, so. One's like, my favorite is adding the F word, such as such a good fucking girl. One's like, yes, I just did my good fucking girl. Again, I don't like the girl part of it because, like I said, it's very infantilization. I don't really care for it. I would prefer not to read it all the time. Sometimes I'm okay with it, but there's other times I'm just like, oh my God, how many fucking books out there do they have good girl? Can we come up with other phrases? Can we come up with other phrases, please? One's like, no, because some people enjoy it. There are plenty of books without that phrase out there. Really? Please point me out to them, because all I see lately is that. And guess what? Someone might be preaching to stop the phrasing, genre, or trope you love most. Let's not try to cancel things just because they're not to our specific taste. Now, shall we? Another person's like, this overachieving, anxious, later in life, ADHD diagnosed 40-something wants all the praise, but my fave is when he says, that's my girl. I would maybe say that's my girls might be a little better, but like I said, I still like the girl part. It's like, I don't know. There's other things that you could say. Like maybe that's my queen or whatever it is. I would prefer like she's my queen, or, you know, she's my everything. She's my life. You know, she's the air I breathe, whatever it is, you know. I mean, there's got to be other fucking terms that you could use for praise kink besides good girl. I mean, honestly. One person's like, so there's this thing called praise kink, and it's incredibly common and innocuous, and it's actually fine for it to be in books. But you also don't have to like it or read those books. Another person's like, no, shan't. I do quite love a good girl moment, both personally and in the books. It's okay to not have a praise kink, but I can say with certainty that hell will freeze over before authors stop rating characters with them. Like I said, I don't mind praise kink, but it's like, can we come up with other definitions? Can we come up with other sayings that the main male character says to the female? And one's like, you could pry my praise kink books from my cold dead hands. That's not what she's stating. She did not state that. She did not say that she doesn't like praise. She just says she doesn't like the phrase. There's difference between a phrase and praise. If it's not for you, that's cool though. That's what trope lists are for. I am not one for excessive degradation, so I skip those if I know in advance. One person's like, buy me a collar and a leash because woof woof. Another person's like, how about no? You might not be a dog, but you're also not the character or the author who likes praise kink and wrote it into their book. You're also clearly not the target audience. Says a man. Sis, put down the book that clearly was written for me and not you and go find something else. May I recommend some Amish romance? So because she doesn't like the phrasing, she automatically needs to go and read Amish romance? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Seriously, she doesn't like the phrasing. It doesn't mean that she doesn't like romance or she doesn't like dirty romance. She just doesn't like the phrase. She doesn't like the term. Can we come up with something else? You're a writer. There are plenty of other words you can use besides the same ones over and over again. I know, right? You're a fucking author. Come up with more terms. I have read them, but I bet no one is being called good girl in those. And it's like, oh, honey. Oh, honey. You clearly are not being called good girl at home. You know, and that sound mean. That may sound mean, but it's like, come on. You know, you don't need to go on this lady like this. Like I said, I get tired of the infighting. It's just ridiculous. So another person's like, you're right. You're not a dog. The book isn't about you. Okay, I already have that one, so I can delete it. So this one person's like, listen, a lot of people like to be called good girl. I'm not one of them because I like to call other people good girl more than to be called it myself. So I had quoted that, and I say, I will say the term gets repetitive in romance novels, so I like other terms of endearment from the hero towards the heroine. You know? And so the person's like, yeah, I try to mix it up with that's my good slut. So I responded back to her and I said, there you go. Like, I mean, honestly, it's like you can go and come up with some other terms, whether you want to call her a, you know, SLUT, or something else, you know, just, can we mix it up, please? Can we mix it up? That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for is that. And I just thought, like, why did you need to do this? You know, it just seems so irritating when it's like nothing's going on. So, like, I think it was around that time really nothing was going on. So it's like, okay, because you're bored, you decided, let's go and harass this woman who just says that she doesn't like that term. You know, she might like other praise kink stuff, you know. There might be other things that she likes. She just doesn't like that. same thing with me. I get tired of of the hero calling the heroine good girl. And like I said, I'm not trying to self-insert, but it's like, I'm just like, oh God, can we come up with something else? It gets boring after a while. It honestly gets boring because I'm like, how many friggin' times are we going to keep hearing, oh, you're such a good girl? Or, oh, you're such, like, that's what a good girl will do, or whatever it is, and I'm just like, okay, can we come up with something else? Like, I don't know, just there's certain terms like I would love if the author would add in, like there was one that was like I read recently where he called her treasure in Italian, and I'm like, yeah, I like that one. I like more of the ones where the guy is like speaking to her in like a different language, like Italian or whatever it is, like Russian or whatever it is. And they're like terms of endearment for his, whatever he is, like wherever he comes from, like whether Russia or Italy or whatever, France, like his native tongue, like Hispanic, like a guy saying like something in Spanish. Oh, I'm just like, yes, please. I will happily eat that shit up. I will happily eat that shit up, but I get tired of the good girl. I just do. I just get so tired of it. I just get so tired of it. Or like, I love little nicknames, like that the hero does for the heroine, Like recently I love the one romance where the hero was calling the heroine Little B, and I was like, I fucking love that, I'm just like, it's something different, because sometimes nicknames are all the fucking same, and I'm just like, oh my God, can we call the character something else? Can we use other types of praise kink terms, please? Because I just get tired of the same thing. It's like, it's almost like these authors are just, like, they're just copying each other. It just feels so like repetitive, and I'm just like, really? We really have to go like the same stuff? And like I said, it seemed like it was just a random attack to them. Like, why? I don't get this. Like, I think I have some other ones. Do I still have those ones? Yeah. Like right here. This person. The person had said, she had said, like, I wish we could separate the dark romance subgenre because, yes, I have read and enjoyed mafia romance, but I don't read bully grape romance, and truthfully don't want to be associated with people that do. I can understand where she's coming from. I can understand this woman where she's coming from, because she's saying, like, there are some romances she reads that are in the dark category that they feel more like grape than they do. Like, I do feel like when you do like a consensual non-consent, it has to be done right. If it's not done right, then it makes the hero look more like he's graping the female. You have to have it done right. I'm not a huge fan of seeing, like consensual non-consent, but, I'm not a huge fan of it. But if it's done right, I could be down with it. I sure can. So this one here, it's like, I didn't understand the hate she was getting on Threads. I was like, why are we hating on this lady? She's just stating a preference. She's just stating that she doesn't like certain things, and when it comes to dark romance. I get it. There's certain things for me that I don't like either. So this person had decided to quote thread her, or no, she decided to take a screenshot and everything of this woman. And so she's like, y'all, I'm not even surprised by this judgmental crap anymore. Screenshot because she doesn't deserve the engagement with those vibes. And like I said, I don't think what this person said was anything bad. She was stating something. She said there's certain things she's not a fan of. And people were like, oh, well, mafia romance is not dark romance. And I'm like, technically, I do think it's dark romance. When the characters are killing other people, that's in the dark category. I'm sorry, that's a dark romance. It's in the dark category. If the person has anything to do with death, killing other people, They're transporting drugs, they're transporting weapons and guns, and the stuff is illegal. That's in the dark romance category. I don't care what you say. That is in the dark romance category. So I didn't like what this person said. This person actually, I was following me. So I had her unfollow me and I blocked her because I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. So another person had come in and was like, quote threading her and said, openly supporting SA romance is unsurprising. The people on this app are strange. And so I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done with this shit. So I had decided to block both of those accounts. And then I decided to do a quote thread where I had said, can we stop with the infighting on this app, please? I said, you all look dumb. I said, I saw the original post and I didn't have an issue with what she said. Stop attacking each other over a freaking preference. Go outside and touch some grass. Or better yet, listen to your books. They're calling to you to read them. Both of these people got blocked for this crap. And like I said, I blocked both of those accounts because I'm like, I'm tired of this shit. Stop with the fucking infighting. And so someone who followed me did kind of like like I got a headache gif, whatever it is. So I had said, like, I've been coming onto threads very little lately because this is what I've been seeing more of. I'm tired of the infighting. If I don't like what someone says, I could just ignore them, mute them, or block them and move on with my life. And so she had said, yep, I like this. You know, she liked that creator. So she's like, and she's allowed to not want to hang with elements that she disagrees with. We all are. It's not exclusion. It's discernment as to what elements are compatible with you. I try to live and let live. Exactly. There's certain people that maybe you just don't mesh well with, you know? Nothing wrong with that. So I said, exactly. I happen to enjoy dark romance, but it doesn't mean I fucked up. It doesn't mean I enjoy everything about it. Also, some books do fall outside my comfort zone of what I deem romance. She was stating an opinion that in no way shame the dark romance community, but people seem to be highly sensitive to any criticism nowadays, so they see her as being critical to the dark romance community, which is ridiculous. I said there's such things as nuanced conversations, and so she comes back with, yep. And that's it, and that's exactly it. I'm tired of this infighting back and forth, and they're thinking like, oh, because you said you don't like this, that means you don't like the whole of like this thing. Oh, just because you went and said you don't like this in dark romance, oh my god, it means you don't like dark romance. No, it means you don't like that particular thing in romance. There's a fucking difference. So I just get so tired of it where I'm like, seriously? Why the fuck am I seeing this shit? And I'm like, oh, you must be bored. That's what I'm thinking to myself. You must be bored and you're just trying to attack other people. And it's like, well, when you're not attacking this person, you attack each other. That's basically what it seems to be. Let's go and attack each other because we're bored and we're not having anybody else to attack. That's essentially what it seems like that's the case, you know? And it just gets so frustrating. So that's why I was like, nope, you're done. I'm going to block this person and block this person. You could fight amongst each other because I'm not going to see it. Block. So I'm done. So it's just it's just ridiculous. So also, you know what's funny? Because I was just on here and this person was asking, can someone please tell me what tropes Credence by Penelope Douglas has and what genre it is? I also saw someone say something weird about the book, but I cannot remember who it was and what it was. And so I'm like, I read the book. So I'm like, these people were like, oh, it's a taboo romance. And I'm like, but that's not, you have to be specific, you know? And so I had told them, I said, you know, that I said, I read it, so I would say the tropes are forced proximity because they're in like the deep part of like this mountain area where they can't really get to a lot of stuff, and there's like a lot of snow that goes up there. and they're in the winter. So I'm like, it's forced proximity, you know? I said, why choose? Because it's one heroine and 3 different guys in that book. And then also there's an age gap because she's staying at her step uncle's house. And he's, you know, older. So that's what I said. And so she's like, thank you. Why choose is not my cup of tea, so I might pass. And I'm like, yeah, if why choose is not, and that's the thing. If it isn't your thing, you're going to pass on it. That's fine. You shouldn't be attacked for that. So like I said, anything like for any of these people for what they had to say, I'm like, they're claiming a preference. That's what they're saying. They're saying a preference. They're just saying it out loud. I'm sorry that you were offended by what they said out loud. That's what that seems to be. That's what it seems to be the case. It seems like you know, because this person said it out loud, they're like, how dare you say this out loud? You should keep it in your fucking journal so you don't tell anybody about this. That's basically what seems to be the case. And it's like this person happened to say something publicly that you disagreed with, so you decided to attack. And I'm just like, come on, can we please grow the fuck up? Can we please grow the fuck up, you know? Oh my God. So yeah, I just thought that was funny because I was like, you know, I was going through my threads and I noticed that she responded back to me where I was like, oh, well, I'm like, tropes, age gap is a trope, you know, forced proximity is a trope, why choose is a trope, you know, like, you know, there's different things like that. So, and so it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating when I go on to the app and there are things I like about the app, you know, that are great, but then there are things that I'm like, seriously, did we really need to do this? Did we really need to do this? I don't think so. So yeah, anyways, that's it for this video here. Let me know down below what you think about that. Do you think that the person was, you know, being mean in their response, or they were just stating a preference? For me, I don't know. There's ways of like having nuanced conversations. I would have just, you know, personally, I would have been like, I would have messaged her and said like, oh, you know, that's fine. You know, you're not into like that type of, you know, praise kink. I would have told her, yeah, I get tired of that term as well. But she was getting attacked, and I was like, oh, God. I mean, I'm like, really? It's not that deep. It's really not that deep. But yeah, anyways, I need to get off of here because I am melting. So, that's it for this video here. Have yourselves a good day. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other, and I'll see you all on the next video. All right. Bye.